Hello, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to our channel, Pitch Points, a collaboration with a number of our friends, True City Fan, Vader Games, and our good friend Ade. How is everybody today? This beautiful midsummer day of Premier League football.
It's here, man. It's here. Oh, I
Feeling
missed it.
good. It's feeling good, man. The Premier League's back. I'm happy. It's a good feeling.
We have a few of our friends in the chat. We have Daniel, big up Daniel. Daniel is one of our guys who follows us. He's also a City fan. He has some great insight and good comments. Charlie, of course, is a friend of ours as well, friends of the channel. We have here three people. I don't call them guests; I call them brothers. We have Patrick, who's trying to figure out his way out of work. He's right there. I don't know if he's joining us yet, but he'll be there. We have Vader Games. Vader, how are you, man?
Hey, man. I'm good. I'm good. It started up Friday and today, and I know I missed it. I know I missed it, so it hasn't disappointed at all. Can't wait to talk about it.
Tell people your channel and tell them where they can find you. Let's talk about that now.
Yeah, absolutely. If you're new to me, if you're new to Pitch Points, obviously hit that follow button, guys. Subscribe. You don't want to miss the content. And on my channel in particular, Vader Games TV, and my show that I do weekly is Vader Games. Why always me? And you City fans know exactly where that inspiration came from. I talk and I interact with the crowd with the comments, and we just talk about football. And this upcoming week show is going to be nuts. So if you can drop me a sub, drop me a sub. Thank you.
And of course, my very good friend Ade, who's a blue that lives not too far from me here in the US. Ade, bro, how are you feeling, man? Is it good to be back?
It's good to be back, man. I watched a few of the games today. I watched the early game, then I had to go out and get some exercise in.
Yeah,
I caught the Chelsea game, so feels
yeah.
good to be back. It's good. It's good.
I like your background. We are
Oh,
the same.
thank you.
I think
Citizens, man, citizens.
it's amazing. You're going to help me out to do mine as
Uh,
well.
I'll help you out. I got you.
And whenever Patrick is available, Patrick can join us whenever you're available. Again, Patrick is True City Fan. He's on the road to 2K. We got him over 1,000, and now we're pushing for 2K. So
Sweet.
subscribe to everybody's channel, both Patrick's channel and Vader Games
Nice.
channel. We'll have the links we'll have the links available after the show. But let's talk about what we learned on Friday and on Saturday. I watched Arsenal, guys. I was really impressed with what Arsenal was playing, man. I mean,
Yeah.
what do you guys think? Ade and Vader. I was impressed with Arsenal.
I was impressed too. I thought the first half Arsenal played very, very well. They were pressing. Crystal Palace didn't know what to do with them, and they wore them down in that first half. But I think Patrick Vieira is a brilliant manager because the second half completely different.
Mhm.
They were beating the press. They had lots. If you look at I don't know what that thing is where they do the graph of like who's attacking and who's not attacking. I forget what it's called, but you can see the attacking threat that Crystal Palace posed in the second half. But
Gotcha.
for the first half, if Arsenal is able to bottle that energy of what they're able to do, I think they'll take a lot of points, from mid-table teams and maybe a little bit from the top teams because that style is really hard to counter because they're constantly pressing, winning the ball back, and they're attacking. But
Yeah.
then the energy just dropped in the second half. So I want to credit Patrick Vieira and not so much that Arsenal didn't do what they needed to do. So that's how I saw it.
I want to welcome Martin, Whole City Forever. Martin is another good friend of the channel. He has his own channel, the
Sup, Martin? Sup?
Mancunian Way. Subscribe to Martin's channel. He's a local blue. He educates me on a lot of things. We argue a lot. We argue a lot on a lot of things.
Hey,
But
that's
we,
like me and
yeah,
you.
we're still blue. That's what connects us. Martin, glad to have you here. Got a few comments here. Martin says, "Hang on, Veta has no green screen. What's going on?"
Not today.
Not today. Um, yeah, Patrick is there. Patrick, you're there. Patrick, go ahead. You want to? Patrick, you there? He says in the private
Mm,
he's there. So I don't know what's going on with Patrick.
not
Um,
too sure.
Tapuya says Arsenal showed their two faces in the game, like we saw last season. Butter smooth when it's flowing, but then they naively or not able to?
You can hear me?
Yeah, we
Yes,
can
we
hear
can
you
hear
now.
you now.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes,
Yeah, we
Oh,
can
thank
hear
you. I
you.
was saying, you seem to go crashing heads with everyone. You also crash heads with Adi.
no.
Passionate fans. We're passionate fans. We gotta, can't always agree. We're not like one of those groups that always agree about everything. Nah, we have to have like, that's how we sharpen iron,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
that's how you do it.
What about today, guys, Patrick? What about today, the Fulham Liverpool? Now, everybody was saying that Fulham were going to get slapped 6-7-8-0, right? Today, right? I mean, and the reality of the Premier League kicks in. What did we learn from today, Vader and actually all of you? Start with Patrick and then Vader and then Ade.
Go ahead, Patrick. All right,
Patrick's gone again. Vader,
until
you
he
go.
comes back. You know what? It's the first week should be expected from all with regards to how they're going to approach the season, because it's 0-0 slate for everybody. No one's bad, no one's good. Everyone's trying to prove how good they can be, so they're going to put a very good effort forward, and that'll catch teams off, because typically maybe mid-season a team like Fulham might decide to be a little conservative and not go for it. But the first game of the season, nah, everyone's going to fight for it. And I think the approach, and I think I might have tweeted this, Fulham brought the fight to Liverpool. Like, they were like, let's see what we can do. Let's see the success that we had last season. Yes, it wasn't in the league. Let's see if we can apply it here. And they had it. They had an approach. They had points what they wanted to attack on, and I thought it was a great start. I actually, at points, I was like, Liverpool should actually be down more than what I'm seeing right now. So it was an absolute great effort. And even, going back to the Arsenal match, I thought that what Arteta has been trying to do into instilling in his players, they couldn't sustain it as long as they did yesterday. I think he finally, in terms of like motivation, concentration, how they want to approach, I think he got them to actually do that style a lot longer, and I don't think they'll have the same two-faced drop-offs that we've kind of seen. But let me say this. A player that could be considered marginal on one team can be a star on another team.
Yeah.
So people need to chill about that, because I think a lot of players, you may not rate them, but they, in a system, they can do a lot. And we're gonna have a lot of war dogs out there this season, so it's gonna be a dangerous one to look at.
Ade and Patrick, Anthony Robinson, Fulham left back. See, this guy, I've been, and Martin talks about it here, I've been raving about this guy for a long time. So I watch a lot of US soccer games, US football games, and I watch some Fulham games. And every time I watch him play, I think about his speed in recovery and his fearless. And the whole American mentality idea of never die, never fight, never give up, always fight till the end, never give up, right? Nobody's better than you. That whole mindset. This guy has 2 years left in his contract, right? Fulham bought him for £2 million. He has 2 years left in his contract. By December, he has 18 months left. We don't have a left back. I mean, if you can work Salah and keep Salah quiet for 90 minutes in your first game of the season, surely, Patrick, Ade, we must be looking at this guy. Oh, Patrick, we can't hear you.
Can't hear you.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
I'm using BTEC headphones or headsets. That's why I'm not using. Yeah, I'm saying I hope we're watching. I hope we're watching. Especially, I know you've been talking about him ever since the first time I met you. You were like, there's Anthony Robinson, an American fullback. He's fast, he's powerful, faster than Walker. And obviously, as always, when you're talking, Carl, I always laugh at you. So I was like, Carl is waffling. But you always seem to prove me wrong. Today, when I saw Anthony Robinson, I sat there and erased all the fullbacks that I have been looking at, like the one from. I erased everybody. I was like, if there's a way that ManCity are looking at this guy and Walker, we play him and Walker in a game, who's going to hit us on the counter? It's going to be difficult to hit on the counter. The way he went forward, the way he was passing, the way Trent and Salah tried to gang on him and they failed at a point where it had to take Elliot, Salah, and Trent to make sure. That's the only way he showed a bit of weakness is when they three were on him. But obviously, Marco Silva being smart, I think he told the defender, the one with the ponytail from Fulham, to go and start helping him. But Robinson, man, I even if we don't buy him, I hope we watch that game because Pep watches the Liverpool games. He said that he watches them closely. I bet if Pep sat there and looked at Robinson and didn't go like, wow, I just found my left back. Because I went and searched on him when you told me to search his contract. His contract is done. It's going to be done soon, and he hasn't extended. They tried to extend it. He didn't extend it. So he must be hoping for a move. And the quality of him, I know it's just Fulham, but you can tell quality. This is the same thing I was telling people about the Wolves left back. Yes, he scored an own goal, but you can still tell a player has quality when he's playing in a normal team. So I don't know, Adi, what you think, because I hope the scouts are watching that guy, because I've always been saying, imagine if one day we find Walker at left back. That would be amazing, because that's the only weakness we have. People keep attacking that left. If you keep Salah quiet, imagine we have Robinson and he keeps Salah quiet. Liverpool are done. We've got better defenders. We've got better centre backs. Anyway, that's all.
Yeah. Ade, and Adam just joined us as well. There are a few comments here. Daniel says that I thought Liverpool is on fire. Community Shield champions really kicks in as soon as the Premier League starts a different ball game. Martin says Steven Gerrard garbage manager waitings.
Oh my!
I don't know. We got some crazy comments here. I watched Anthony Robinson since they were last in the Premier League. He's a very talented one. Not sure we will make an offer though. That's the only worry, is that we will make the offer. Could get him for less than. Of course, we could. I mean, Fulham bought it for $2 million, right? We can get it. We get it.
I think 20 million. 20 million takes him out. They receive it because they know he's got 2 years. 20 million takes him out. If they start being stubborn, because obviously it's the season has started, I think you go to 25, 30 or 25 with add-ons. I think they'll bite your hand off, because that's good enough money for them to find somebody else. So Ade, what do you think yourself? I want to see how, if Ade was watching the game, what do you think? Do you think we're just raving about this guy, or you think this would be the answer?
No. I think he was really good, but I think a lot of the credit for me goes to Marco Silva. I think Marco Silva did his homework before this game, and the way they played this game, Liverpool was not expecting them to be that way. They didn't sit back. They were pressing constantly. Every time Liverpool had the ball, it was all the wingers. They were attacking. Those guys were forced into mistakes after mistake. So you got to give a lot of credit to the game plan before. I mean, you had individual brilliances from the left back you guys are talking about, but also the right back. Everybody on the field. I mean, I can never get his name. Mitrovic. I can never say his name right. Boy, he was so strong. He's not as quick, but for what he lacks in speed, he makes up for in strength. Yeah. And you couldn't bully him off the ball. He was everywhere, just
amazing
feet.
Amazing feet, by the way. Amazing feet.
I give a lot of credit to Marco Silva, and then players are able to shine when you put them in a system that works for them. That system worked for them the way they played. I don't know if you can sustain that throughout a game, which is kind of what happened to Arsenal. You know, they lost steam, but Fulham just kept at it, and that wasn't a gimme game. They earned that point they got. They earned it. It wasn't like Liverpool wasn't at their best or blah blah. No, Fulham. I think I have kind of overlooked them before the season started, but after looking at that game, if I see another performance like that, we're gonna have to talk about where we put them. I think we put them in relegation.
Yeah, we did, and we forgot the fact that this time they did not sell or try to change the team.
We're gonna have to revisit that based on the next game. We're gonna have to go revisit that, because that team was impressive today. They were impressive.
Super chat here, Patrick, for Patrick's channel, $5 super chat from Jesse. Thank you. All the super chats go to Patrick's non-for-profit in Malawi to help kids in Malawi. So thank you for the super chat. Again, this is kind of what Patrick and I and Vader do. We help each other out. It's for the greater good. We love the game. We thank you for your super chat from Jason Dwyer. Thank you very much for that. Just a few comments here from other people. Big up from Luca FC.
Big up, Luca. Daniel says the pitch was dry. It looked dry. It didn't look dry. that was what Klopp said. Klopp always complains about the field every time they lose. So,
But everybody seems to say that we should think about Robinson as a left back because I mean I'm going to watch him again because I mean I've watched him before many times. Vader and Adam.
You already made your analysis, didn't you? But you've already told me
I
you've already
did.
done your homework on him.
I did, yeah, we did, and the reason why Patrick is because he plays for the U.S., so we get to see him not just for Fulham, we get to see him when he plays for the U.S. national team against Mexico, who like the high press. And every time I see him play, the guy can run. He has that energy. Now imagine this kid under Guardiola teaching him the tactical side, plus his energy, plus his running.
You have no idea how pissed off I am, Veta, that he's got 2 years left. 2 years left. That's that's because the other ones we've been looking at or analyzing. Yes, some have a year left, but they're not as fast as him. Like he is faster than Walker, and he's got the same shape as Trent, and so he's more mobile than Trent, more faster. And when I looked at him, man, with his socks down, I was like, this guy is a footballer. You know, some of these guys with the socks down, they know I don't care. I'm here to run. I'm here to play. And the way Salah struggled and was crunching on straws. Salah tried 1v1. The kid was showing him the other side. Boom, he's taking the ball away from him. Not only taking the ball away from Salah, he even nutmegged Salah, I think, at a point in time and dribbled him and showed him, this is my place. So looking at everybody, I don't know, it's just that City have got their own people. You know, Pep has got somebody he looks at. He's like, that's mine, and that's it.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting on who gets the deciding factor for that left back position. But one thing that happens often, if you can match speed with Salah, a lot of his game gets neutralized. Not taking anything away from him. Prolific scorer, yes. But a big thing that he holds on to, that he likes to use, is a change of pace.
Yeah.
And if you can match that, he's not the same guy.
I'll tell you what, that kid won't be at Fulham very, very long. I guarantee you that. He won't be at Fulham long. If he keeps playing like that, and he can play like that consistent, he won't be there long. But let's kind of move on to Adam. Welcome to the show, man. Let's talk about, I guess, today. I mean, apart from the Liverpool game, I mean, we talk about Tottenham, right? We said Tottenham was going to be a problem for everybody. And we said Southampton were going to get slapped and we're going to get relegated. And what did we learn from Southampton and Tottenham today, guys? Anything that we learned, Ade, Vader?
I didn't learn anything. If anything, I just got confirmed. I just got confirmed that they're going to be the same that they were last year. Like, they're going to have the occasion of playing out of their skin, being well organized and causing us problems. But then for other teams, it's going to be a cakewalk. They're gonna give up the 3 points easy. I didn't learn much in terms of even from just making it difficult for Tottenham. So maybe I should be giving credit to Tottenham and Conte and how he had them organized, because they look like they could almost score every opportunity with a proper build-up. But maybe they need a couple more games. Maybe Southampton just need a few more games. But I hate how good Tottenham looked. I mean,
thinking about Tottenham, right? Kane's role has changed, man. He's now playing this De Bruyne role, isn't he? For Conte. I thought last year was a fluke, that maybe it was just because they didn't have enough players. But today, again, he plays that deeper role, that playmaker role.
I think he's just kind of used to it now. And, I guess when something's working, just stick with it. It's kind of the philosophy. So Kane is good. I mean, there's a reason we wanted him. It wasn't, people think we just needed just a striker, but I think Kane brings a lot, and he's showing it. I didn't really think Tottenham played exceptional today, but the fact that they were able to beat this team 4-1, that Southampton is terrible. Southampton is terrible.
I told you guys,
they didn't even try. It was they are definitely getting relegated. I have no doubts about that now. They were terrible. Like, I don't believe this is going to be Tottenham are going to be good. I don't even think this was their best game, but the fact that they blew them away is just, man, Southampton. I don't even want to talk about that game. That game was not anything to. I can't judge how good Tottenham is based on that game, because Southampton was just really bad. So I got to see Tottenham play someone else.
Adam and Patrick, talking about a bad game, the game we just watched, Everton versus Chelsea.
That was one boring game.
Oh my god!
I was better off watching. Going to YouTube and writing Teletubbies or Barbie. That's how bored I was.
Yeah, it was. I mean, Patrick, I fell asleep a couple of times, and I mean, I don't know, man.
But you're not supposed to. That's the thing. Chelsea fans, if you're watching this, I'm not going to let you go this season. It's going to be on you. I'm not going to. Like, I'm not giving you an excuse. If it has to be my job
Patrick, you know what?
to make sure. What?
That's what I said.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm
Right,
telling
you
you,
know.
Adam, your network is bad. I'm saying if it has to be my job every day, it will be my job. If I have to review your games, I'll personally do it on my channel, even if it's a city channel. I just want to. Yeah, you know what? Good. Pitch Points is active again this season. We'll be on Pitch Points. I will make sure we answer, because you know why I'm doing this, Ade? Because they are not supposed to play boring football. This team Chelsea is being given a pass from the beginning just because they win one trophy in 4 years. That's it. But this Chelsea team, the way they're spending, I don't care about that spending. Spending is for everybody. But the thing is, you're buying quality players, but you never manage to put them together. Now, if somebody says, "Oh, look at Tuchel," but no, it's not our fault. You don't have a creative midfielder. We
Yeah.
have watched you buy defenders forwards for no apparent reason. Werner is still there. You said you're selling Werner. He's still there. Ziyech is still there. Your team has an amazing number 10s. Mount is a baller. I'm sorry, people hate on Mount. He's effective. Mount is effective. Mount under Pep would do the job. But the thing is, there's a lot of excuses at Chelsea. I already see them online. Oh, we're not ready yet. Oh, but you played more preseason than the majority of the people, and we all know, even better. I'm pretty sure you've mentioned, we all know, even though we're not professionals, that you guys need midfielders. You've never had creativity. But guess what you do? You always go for defenders. You go and buy another keeper on the top of Kepa and Mendy. I don't just gonna get Chelsea. So there's no excuses for Chelsea. Chelsea are supposed to be title contenders. Remember when Klopp went to buy Van Dijk for the same amount of money like Cucurella? What did Klopp do? He started competing for the title. So you guys, from now on, we are not going to let you go. We're on your neck this season.
Patrick, you know what the funny thing is? I asked the Chelsea fan here on the space. I said to him, "Okay, you don't classify yourself as a title contender. Listen, I even asked Anthony, the Barcelona fan here. I said to him, Anthony, listen, if a club spends 62 million on a player, 50 million on a defender, potentially 75 or 80 million on Wesley Fofana, and potentially say 70 million on Frankie de Jong. Like, you're telling me they are not title contenders, and you know what that Chelsea fan said? If we finish fourth and we win, say, the Carabao Cup or the FA Cup,
No,
that's still technically a successful season. How is that a successful season?
Yeah, the price tag on Fofana is 75 to 80, guys. Yeah, so it's another 80 million. Not Kepa 80 million. And you tell me they're not title contenders. No, if that same money was given to Pep, he was going to be cooking at Chelsea. That means Pep could have made Chelsea the feared team. So we're sitting here and Chelsea fans are telling us they're not title contenders, but they're spending the same money as Pep. So Pep is a genius. So he is a genius after all.
Yeah, we gotta stop. We gotta stop including Klopp. Including Tuchel with the Klopp and Pep conversation.
Yeah, I've never done that. I've never done that, so that's why I know, Patrick. Maybe because you have like a lot, like I use sarcasm when I talk to my Chelsea friends because there's really nothing to talk about. The only thing they keep throwing back in my face, oh well, we have 2 Champions League. That's it. So there's nothing to talk about. We're not on the same level as Chelsea. There's no comparison. So comparing Tuchel and Klopp or Pep, it doesn't excite me. I don't gain anything from it, so I don't do it anymore.
Well, sorry, I was just gonna say I don't think he should be included with those two. Definitely not
at all.
But I agree with Patrick when we're now talking about what should be the standards, what should he be held to, what should we expect with the squad that he's building. What we just saw, I don't know if you watched it, if we all watched this game.
Oh, I watched it.
But that I think needs to be unfortunately, I think that's what we need to expect from Tuchel. I think it's gonna be that because he played in a few cups, no goals again, playing for penalties. Even during his run, Champions League run, it wasn't fantastic, beautiful football. So sometimes the result kind of puts rose-colored glasses over us and we think more was done. But no, this is him. It's gonna be trash ball. And again, for him, when he had PSG, it still wasn't pretty. So that's what we're gonna expect from him. And if I need a nap, I'm gonna be tuning in and watching Chelsea games moving forward.
Did you just call it trash ball?
There's a lady, Ariel, that she's a city. She works at the club and everything. She was tweeting today that she was half asleep watching the game. And so I was completely asleep. I was looking forward to the game. I was watching it with my wife, and we were just like, wow, this is sleepy football, man. And Everton. I mean, Liverpool would play Everton today. Everton would have been slapped like 3 or 4 or 5-0. I mean, there's no doubt. Missing two center backs, missing the DLC up front. They would have been slapped a couple of goals.
And
on a penalty like that, just not for me.
There's another thing that that really goes unsaid. When you see City players in other teams, they stand out. Like if you see a Sterling on a Chelsea, he was the standout player for them. You see Zinchenko, you see Jesus on Arsenal. He's a standout player. But when they were back in our squad, they were just one of the other guys, because City has a team of stars where it's hard to shine unless you are exceptional, which is why Kevin De Bruyne really stands out, which is like Bernardo really stands out. So I'm watching these guys and I'm saying to myself, wow, these guys are really good. But then I have to kind of pull it back in and say, yes, they're good, because now I'm comparing them to these other guys they're playing with that are new. But when they were on our team, they're playing with our other stars. So they don't really stand out as much. So it kind of, I don't know, it gives me a little bit of comfort knowing that, yes, these guys are playing really well and they're going to be talked about. They're going to talk about Zinchenko. They're going to talk about Jesus. And they're going to say, oh, we lost out, because that's going to be the conversation. Oh, City have lost all these great players. We know when these guys were on our team, they were just one of the regular guys. So I have hope that our team going forward is still going to be good, because people will step up and we're going to have those standout players that come back and make us what we are. So
I think the last point is, I think the key, what Ade's in summary, what he's saying is, the reason why you see Sterling, he actually played well today, to be fair. I mean, his movement was really, really good. It was creating stuff, right? The reason why he was so good today, and while Jesus was so good yesterday, and Zinchenko was brilliant yesterday, is because, and look at Romeo Lavia today for Southampton, best player on the field. Best player on the field, bar none. Romeo Lavia for Southampton, right? It's because they've been playing in the Pep system and they've been coached by Pep, so they understand how to play football. They are footballers. Sterling today, to be fair to him, his movement was great.
It's great.
His movement was really, really good. I mean,
really good.
When it was he didn't do that because Kevin was doing his thing, Goodman was doing his thing, Rodri was doing his thing. He has a fixed position. But in the Chelsea team, where he has, more freedom, if you would, he looks good. That's all credit to Guardiola, in my opinion.
Yeah, it is.
But anyway, that was kind of the roundup for today. As Vader said, it's going to be very interesting to see what happens going forward with Chelsea, especially next weekend when they play Tottenham. That's going to be a game at Stamford Bridge. That is a game that will tell us where both teams are in terms of the Premier League title race as a whole. Yeah. Let's kind of roll forward to Pep's press conference real quick. I watched it, and there were a couple of things that he said that were interesting to me. One was about Bernardo and about his contract. About his contract, he said that I want to sign another contract, but it's basically not dependent on me. It's dependent on what the club wants. I think he's going to sign. I think he will sign.
Yeah, of course.
Of course. You don't make those kind of statements if you're not going to sign. I've seen some tweets and heard some stories that he may be signing maybe in the wintertime. What do you guys think of the press conference, both on what he said about Bernardo, but also about his contract?
I thought the press conference was, you know how Pep kind of talks in code a little bit. Like, he doesn't come out and say, here's how it is with the player, but he says, here's from what I know, here's what the club's doing, or here's how it stands right now, which is cool. I think Bernardo, for us as City fans, we need to trust that he's here. I think the importance of him and how late it is within the season, we need to accept that he's here and not worry about a late exit, because again, it would be almost crazy to think of that kind of scenario.
Yeah.
Now, when it also comes to him renewing, I think this is where him being humble and him also having respect to the club and its fans is that if they want me, I'll stay here again. Obviously, there's some things that he'd like to maybe tweak or to maybe have an agreement, and if those get agreed to, essentially the club saying, "Yeah, Pep, you know what? We want you to have this, and we want you to stay." Those little details, obviously, they won't come to light, but if those get met, he's like, "Yeah, they obviously want me. Things have kind of renewed a little bit in terms of maybe more power, or more flexibility, whatever it is, and we move forward." He said it so many times about how much he enjoys it at Manchester and how long he's been here versus anywhere else, and what he enjoys, and also expressing the point that the club and its fans don't pressure him, because I think the reason why he had those short stints at both of his previous clubs is because the pressure was tremendous. The demand on him was enormous. It's like win, 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 and always talking about winning. But no, we enjoy football, and I think that is why he's been here so long and why he's going to continue to pursue these goals, because of the love for football. So I thought it was great, and it gives me confidence to see where things nail out later in the season.
I did coming to you just so I watched the second part of the 7-part series around the City group, the again, the whole movie thing, the last season's documentary.
Yeah.
And there was
Champions again.
there was a clip there where he was talking about how Messi's an animal.
Yeah, I saw that.
How our players just kind of get to the box and they all kind of just kind of look. And for me, it was like, my God, this guy is intense, man. This guy, I mean, how do players keep up with this for 7 years? Do you think that's part of the whole Bernardo situation where maybe the intensity is getting to him? That's why he's thinking about going. And then the second part of my question is, I don't think he's going to go. I think Barcelona can't afford him. Pep says he wants to keep him 100%. How do you see that going?
Bernardo's situation, I'm different from probably most. I think we're not thinking about the personal aspect when we think about Bernardo. We're fans, and we're always going to think about, football, football, football. I don't think Bernardo's decision has anything to do with football. I think it has everything to do with a way of living, a life he wants to live in Spain. He wants to go back to Spain. There have been several little hints he's thrown out about how he's unhappy here and the weather and blah blah blah. And we really can't really fault him. I mean, England is great, but if you were given a choice and you're a Spanish speaking person going to play for a big club like Barcelona and Real Madrid, and you've always wanted to go back to living in Spain, you would jump at the chance of going there because you'll move your family, you're more comfortable there. And I think that's his reason. It's not in terms of football, there's no denying that if you wanted to play the best football, you will come play for Manchester City or you go play for Liverpool. There's no denying that. Like, we can't, that's not negotiable. So I don't think his reasons are footballing reasons. It's outside. It's something Pep can't control. And that's why Pep says it over and over again. Like, we would love him to stay. Of course I would love him to stay. Bernardo is one of our best players, but it's out of our hands. You can't force somebody when the life they envision themselves living is not there anymore. Then their heart is not there anymore. You force that person to stay, you're not going to get the best out of them. And so I really, the Bernardo situation, I think even if he plays this season, he is definitely going to be leaving after this season. Like, it's not sustainable anymore. His heart isn't in England anymore. He wants to go to Spain, and that's where it is.
So Daniel just talked about some breaking news that Gavi, who is a really highly rated player for Barcelona, really good player, apparently has put pressure on Barcelona. He said if Barcelona want to sign Bernardo, he won't sign a new contract because that means he will not get minutes. Yeah, I mean, frankly, I don't see it happening this year. I think that there's too much. I mean, they haven't even registered the players yet, right? La Liga has not allowed them to register all the players.
Yeah.
La Liga is telling them that they have to go raise more money. So how do you want to afford Bernardo Silva when you can't register your players? Then you have Gavi, who said he won't sign unless if they sign Bernardo. I don't see it happening this year.
I would take him. I would take Gavi. Gavi. Have you seen Gavi, you guys? Have you seen him? My God, Ade, this kid is talented. And if
Oh, I've seen
Barca,
Larry.
do you know what I'll do? Blood for blood. I am very petty. If they take him, I would start whispering in Gabi's ear already. If I'm a City board member and I know that Barca are pushing, I would go to Gabi already and say, you know yourself a deal for Bernardo is happening. Come to City. You will take Bernardo's place. Come to City. And I know Pep would love Gabi.
And you know the other thing is,
Yeah, Gab,
Frankie De Jong is there, and Frankie De Jong still has not been paid the money that he's owed. So I don't blame Frankie De Jong. If I'm in his situation, if I'm owed even 5 million, let alone £1, yeah, best believe that I'll be happy and do what Phil Jones did, and just stay in the stands and get paid.
it's incredible. But
Yeah.
let's kind of move on to players who talk about tomorrow, and then players who we love, who have no problem staying with us. Here's a question. Ade, please talk about this for us, right? And this is a question to everybody who's out there, and tweet and let us know what your response is. Who is the undisputed star of ManCity? Out there, guys who are watching it online, let us know. Tweet here, post it. Tell us who you think in our team is the number one undisputed star. Let's see what the responses are going to be from you guys out there.
Foden.
Right? So Patrick says Foden, okay? The undisputed star. Vader, who do you think it is? Vader.
Oh, he's busy right now. He's busy right
He's
now.
busy.
Adam. Guys out there, Daniel, Pat, Ricky,
Alan,
Big Morgan, Charlie, Martin, who is the undisputed star of ManCity? Okay, we got some coming in. We got KDB, easy, face of the league. We got another one here, KDB, end of story. we got Centurions, KDB.
It's KDB.
Daniel says
It's Kevin De Bruyne. It's Kevin De Bruyne.
Can I ask something? Can I ask Stefano something? Can I ask Stefano something? Just a question, Kyle.
Sorry, before you go, there's a reason why I'm asking, because I want Ade to go after you.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask something. I just wanted to. Why is that? That when like I know we've asked this before. I know some City fans get very touched and some of them get very angry. Why is that Bernardo Silva and Gundogan work like they are like, if you look at the games they played together, we always end up slapping teams 5-0, 4-4 up, big goals. What's the trick behind it? Why is that when Bernardo Silva and Gundogan are playing and De Bruyne is not there? Why is there a high scoring? Is there a fluidity? Maybe that happens, or what goes on? You break it down, yeah, because I'm very surprised by that.
Let me explain what I think. So here's the thing, right? So for those of us who watch the NFL, I think Vader watches the NFL. I believe Ade watches the NFL, right? De Bruyne is a quarterback. De Bruyne is the quarterback. Now, for the NFL, for those who watch American football, the quarterback is the heartbeat of the team, right? There are two ways that football players score goals. Either they run the ball or they pass the ball, right? Now, when a quarterback throws the ball, right, many times than often, guess what? He gets intercepted or an incomplete pass, right? But when he makes that touchdown, when he makes that pass and they catch it, it's a touchdown. So the percentages of him missing are higher. De Bruyne's passing is like quarterback. He passes ball through the lines. He misses a lot, and we get counted and get scored upon. We don't have as much control. But when Bernardo and Gundogan are playing, because they're more of the running back kind of players, they're able to play that short pass and control the game a little better. So we're more fluid in the midfield. We have more control. We pass the ball a little sharper, a little crisper in the short way. De Bruyne is that dynamic, high passing, long passing kind of guy who's able to create something out of nothing. Gundogan and Bernardo, not so much. So we end up losing some control with Kevin versus when we have Bernardo and Gundogan. That's my own explanation for it, though. But I'll open up to the panel.
Yeah. So for me, it's Kevin De Bruyne, and it's not even close. It's because of everything you just mentioned. I think Kevin De Bruyne, we sometimes get lost in his ability. We are fortunate to have a superstar whose superpower is making other people better. And I say that it sounds weird to say something like that. When you think of Salah is a superstar whose ability is he can make the team better by him individually being this good. Like him being good makes the team good. Kevin De Bruyne's strength is he makes the team better. So he takes a lot of risk, like you says. He makes those passes that nobody else will see, and sometimes they either get intercepted, like you said, or it's out of bounds. Things like that. But that's the vision he has, and you rarely see like in a counterattack where there are two defenders and maybe three city guys and De Bruyne is with the ball. You almost always assume it's a goal because Kevin De Bruyne is going to make the right pass. Most other superstars in our team, they're going to try to take the defender on and shoot because you just expect that. So Kevin De Bruyne he's so consistent at what he does year in, year out. And I know Haaland is new. For Haaland to be good, Kevin De Bruyne has to be great.
Yeah.
For Haaland to score the amount of goals we expect him to score,
Yeah.
Kevin De Bruyne has to be great.
Yeah.
Which means Kevin De Bruyne, all those passes that he looks up in the sky when he whips it in and nobody's there, and he's like, oh man, what are we doing? That's going to change. And Haaland's brilliance is, and we saw it. We saw it in the Community Shield where you thought Nathan Ake was going to score that goal, and then you just saw Haaland out of nowhere. That's what we're looking for. I don't think we're necessarily going to change the way we play. I just think Kevin De Bruyne's game can really shine with the Haaland on the team now because a lot of those things we used to do and we used to say, man, if only we had a number 9. Well, guess what? We have a number 9 now.
Yeah.
And if he can finish those, Haaland would be successful if Kevin De Bruyne, and I think Phil Foden has started to do that a little bit now. You see him dropping back, picking up the ball, whipping the ball over the top, or making those passes. You see it a lot from Foden these days. And so I think the future is bright for this team. I don't know how many more years we're going to get out of Kevin De Bruyne, but man, I wish we could have him forever, man, because I love the dude, man.
I mean, Vader, coming to you and Adam, I mean, De Bruyne reminds me of a younger Modric, but just more deadly in front of goal in terms of scoring goals. And I think he's going to mature as he grows older into that kind of Modric role where he may not play all the minutes, but when he comes on for the big games, he makes that connection between the other players on the field. And as Centurion says here, he's so underrated. He should be in the conversation for Lampard-Gerrard debate, in my opinion.
You know what? I hear that. And I think what how I see KDB, and it may be different, is no one else on the team trusts themselves for the lengths of pass that he attempts. He'll see the pass and it's far down the pitch. He'll make it. He'll actually take it. Where some players will dribble, get a little closer, and then attempt it, right? No, unfortunately, there's no one else on our team that has the range of passing that KDB has. So when he's on, it is different. We notice it instantly, and he's so impactful. What we get differently from like a Foden or a Silva is that ball control, yes, the 1-2 breaking down defenses with maybe closer passes, but not the cut through passes that we'll see from a KDB. I disagree slightly that I don't think we need to see a great KDB for a Haaland to be good. I think with us moving the ball and as a team, if we have that movement, that trusted movement that we definitely show when we're at our peak, when we're all cooking, I think Haaland's going to do his thing because the movement's going to be there. The one-touch ball, the overloads that we emphasize to put pressure on the defense. I think that's going to result in a good Haaland. And hand high, I need to see City without KDB. I need to see 1 or 2 games without KDB because I want to see what the approach is. I want to see how we do attack and defend and where the creativity comes because we're going to have to trust on everyone this season.
Yeah.
And KDB is not going to be in the squad all the whole time.
That is true. That is true.
Now, what I loved is that it was a Community Shield. I told you guys I wanted to win it, but we didn't win it. But what I loved was the same attacking approach that we have. We get the ball, we're squaring up, we're heading towards your end of the pitch. I love that we continue to see that. There was no hesitation. Haaland maybe needs to look to delay his run a little bit or maybe pull players out of space and we'll get there. But I love that it's still the same city. We're going to be the same city. So it's just a matter of being on the same wavelength. And when we do, it's going to be beauty.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I didn't like one thing though. Just one thing onto that. You've just reminded me. I hated the fact that I watched a video, right? Because since obviously I met Ade and Gundo, I had to step up my game on analyzing things because every time they two speak, they speak on the next level. So I had to go extra now, where I also have to come with ammo. I used to see I watched my old videos. I was like, wow, I was getting schooled, that I had to get my level up. The issue I had in the game, the community shield, is there was few passes that had to be made by Mahrez and Grealish. Even De Bruyne only had
Yeah.
two issues
Yeah.
where Haaland made a sit and run. If there is a winger who's used to a striker, do you know what they do? They try to do that curve pass. Even there was a point where Grealish had to do it, and also Mahrez could have done it. Guess what they do? They kept on. What annoyed me is they kept on cutting in and give it to De Bruyne in the middle. And then De Bruyne gives it back to Mahrez. Mahrez tries to dribble and score, and Haaland is there pointing like here, because when he was at Haaland, obviously it's going to come very soon, but that's what I saw.
Yeah.
Because when he was
Yeah.
at Dortmund, when he points somewhere, Sancho and somebody used to put it there for him. But I noticed there was a lot of times, there's about 10 times he pointed. So that's why I'm very confident, because Haaland's runs are amazing. And there's a time when he was offside in the community sheet, as Veta said, but De Bruyne could have passed it faster for him, but De Bruyne went to Mahrez again. Like our team is still stuck in the tiki taka. We have no striker. Let's give it to each other, break somebody. So I think I understand why the four backs were looked at. I think that's why he wanted one left footer this side and one right footer this side, because I think he knows that he's left with Grealish and Mahrez, who always have to cut in. They always like the who have to always cut in. So I don't know. I've never seen Mahrez go to the left. Maybe one day we should just throw Mahrez to the left, make Nacho. So now natural wingers are needed. So now Gundo, I know Cow is winning and smiling. That yes, now
Well,
natural wingers are needed,
well,
because
I mean,
this these cut-ins are not working. I'm sorry. Sometimes I've seen Mahrez, especially. He's gonna
yeah.
have to reset himself back to the time when he had Vardy. Because when Mahrez was chipping to Vardy, he used to chip the ball over the top, pass to Vardy. But I've seen Mahrez now thinks, all I have to do is dribble and try squeeze it in. No, Haaland is standing right there in the middle, and Haaland was pointing
Well,
that
let's talk.
here, please. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll talk about tomorrow's game and then what the lineup is going to be. We're going to do a lineup show. We're going to talk through the lineup right now in the next phase of the show here. But Ricky talks about there's this new movie called Prey. It's a Holland story. Ricky,
It's a
let us
Haaland
know
story.
where we can find that
The
movie.
Predator one, yeah, it's the
It's on
Predator,
Hulu.
the new
It's on
Predator. Yeah.
Hulu. He's
Yeah.
making a joke. He's making a joke. He's saying Haaland is the predator. It's a joke. It's a new movie. It's a new movie on Hulu. It's about the prequel to Predator. I get the joke.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
I
not
was
really a
actually
Haaland
gonna.
story.
You know,
It's
the
not
funny
really a
thing is,
Haaland
I was
story.
actually gonna go check it out.
It's not a Haaland story. But a couple
Yeah,
of comments. I think we skipped over a couple of comments. So
okay.
I think Jay Ling says the problem is we're relying too much on KDB. Gondo and partnership is more consistent. I get what you're saying, but I don't think we're talking about it from a reliance standpoint. We're just saying that Kevin De Bruyne's brilliance brings out a lot of qualities in the other team. But we've seen the team without Kevin De Bruyne, and for that year, Bernardo Silva was our best player in the league. So it's not like we need Kevin De Bruyne to always be great every year, because we've seen it. We've seen what
yeah.
happens when he's not there, and someone else steps up. So that was one of the comments I just wanted to respond to. I think there was another one that said Daniel says, Beta, we won the league without KDB in 2021. Gondo step. Yeah, that's the year I'm talking about as well.
Yeah.
But no one can replace Rodri. I agree with you, but remember, we had Fernandinho before we had Rodri, and I think after Rodri we have somebody else. I don't think it's
isn't it amazing that, and this question about who's the star of City is a real question, because it could be KDB,
yeah.
it could be Pep, right? The fact that he's able to regenerate the squad, and company is gone, but David Silva is gone, Aguero is gone.
Yeah.
Talking about all this, Sterling is now gone. All these players who've gone, and the only person who's left from that squad that he inherited is De Bruyne,
Yeah.
and yet we're still on this roll, which means not just about the players, it's about the manager himself.
It's the manager. Absolutely.
It really is incredible.
Absolutely.
So yeah, so let's do this. Let's talk about tomorrow. Let's do the lineup. And so what we'll do, guys, I'm going to switch to share the screen, and we'll do a live lineup show. So Adi, if you can read, or Vader, just read the comments out as you see them. I may not be able to post them.
Yeah, it's a lot of comments. I'm trying to keep up. But they're coming. They're
Just
coming.
read the comments out as we. Let me share my screen, and then we'll go to the actual. Let's go here. Share my screen. Let me know where you can see my screen. Hold on.
Yeah, as you set up, I'll just read this one coming out. So Centurion, 100 points. He says, I think Holland will strive more with Foden on the left and Alvarez on the right. Grealish and Mahrez suits the false nine system.
Yeah, and I also just add into that. I also think we got to cut these guys some slack. They haven't had a real striker for a long time. So what Mahrez is doing is instinctive of what he is.
I know, yeah. Like you remember, we used to complain that sometimes he's just crossing. There's nobody.
So there's nobody, and so
now we want him to come back. Now
we're like, go back to doing what you used to do.
That's what makes me laugh at it, because we were complaining that Mahrez was looking for Raheem, and Raheem is short. Now we're saying get back to your settings. Like, no, I'm not hating on them. I'm just saying, but Grealish is also gonna get back to his settings where he was finding people like Watkins and them, because I see he also got used. He likes cutting in, because Jack, I have bought stocks, high stocks. Grealish, if you ever watch this video, I bought stocks on you. And I have enemies these days, unfortunately. So Jack, I made a whole video about you, so please don't disappoint me, because these people are and Haaland right now, Ade and Carl. Obviously, this is none of you and Veta, but unfortunately, we entered a war. There's a fight going on. So far, Ricky knows we're losing, as Nunes decided to fluke a goal today. So Nunes is winning already again on Haaland 1-0. So Haaland, if you're watching this, please, if you score a hat-trick tomorrow, Haaland, you've won us the war. The war is done. The war.
Oh man, you guys are funny.
Shameless. It's shameless on Twitter. It's very shameless. So keep going, man.
Let's go to the setup. Okay, Patrick, go. Who are you picking in goal? Vader. Patrick, who are you picking in goal? Ortega?
Is Stefan still here?
I think we're keeping the.
We're not picking Ortega. We're picking Edison. Eddie needs time, man. He needs game time. You could tell he wasn't very crisp in the Community Shield, but I don't blame him. He didn't play so let's put Edison. Though now Pep is busy raving about Ortega, saying Ortega's footwork has impressed them. I don't know if you guys read that. He says Ortega's footwork has impressed them. They didn't expect his footwork to be as good as it is. Yeah.
He was good when he played in the preseason, though. He was really good.
Yeah, he was.
Are we going Walker right back?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you know West Ham might counter-attack football team. So I think the people who packed the bus, we might see. Oh, sorry, I was about to make this mistake. I forgot we don't have Robinson. Okay, let's keep going.
So I don't think I've seen a lot of training with Stones in them, like actually playing. I've seen pictures, so I don't know. We might have Nathan Ake again, man.
I hope not.
yeah, right, Ade. That's what's also. I hope Pep hasn't gone back again to saying, whoever is played with me at the preseason or he's looking at, because Ake and Diaz don't know how to build from the back very well. No, I think you need a Stones or a Laporte. Now, as City fans, I hope you understand why Laporte and Stones were supposed to be the dream partnership. It's because they are press resistant, and you need to build from the back. Ake needs to improve. Even Diaz needs to improve on that. So I hope we see Stones back soon, because I think Stones made Diaz shine, and Diaz made Stones shine. Yeah.
You know, Patrick, we talk about this all the time, that there are two types of center backs, right? There's always a builder and the blocker. The build, even when I'm doing my coach with my kids and stuff, my under 14s, I always look for a builder who builds the ball, but also a blocker, somebody who's naturally defensive, right? The year we got to the UCL final, we had the build and the blocker. Stones was the builder, Diaz was a blocker. But whenever we have an Ake and a Diaz, then we have two builders, two blockers, no real builders. So for me, Stones, I think, if he's fit, I think he plays this game. And then, maybe Diaz, Beta, right? Or Ake.
I would say, oh man, it should be Diaz. I want to see Diaz.
Right here, who do we have?
Cucurella.
Cucurella.
I'm so pissed off when I saw him in the game. Oh my god!
I really wasn't pissed off. I feel like Chelsea got fleeced, man. Chelsea got fleeced.
They got fleeced. It's just that sometimes there's somebody in this world who is so perfect for something. Because that guy, the way he was playing football, is as if he was built in the factory and say one day you play under Pep Guardiola. You know what I mean? So these
Yeah,
are like Barcelona boys. But anyway, they got faced.
mark my words. You are going to see a lot more of S brand this season, and we're going to say, "Oh my God, thank God we didn't get such and such." Mark that down. You guys
No,
gonna
that's
see
my
it.
boy. That's my boy, Ade. That's my boy.
It's a
Hey,
possibility. It's very
I don't
possible.
know. I don't know.
It's very possible.
you'll see, Vader. Just watch. I guarantee it.
No, I
Guaranteed.
agree. I agree that we're gonna love seeing Esperant, but the comment of being, "Oh, we shouldn't have gotten somebody," won't come out of my mouth.
You'll see. We're videoing this. We're recording this. I'm gonna remember it. Watch. You watch. That boy's gonna
Centurions.
impress you.
My channel is Pitch Points, PITCHPOINTS. It's on YouTube. Patrick, you can share the link out there as well. Also share for Vader.
Daniel says Cucurella retired from playing good football. My God, that's hard.
He actually did. He actually did. Isn't he? Didn't he sit there and say, "Oh my God, why did I come here?" Yeah, guys, please subscribe to Pitch Points. Pitch Points is it's
You
like
guys are brutal.
it's a partnership. We're partnership channels. Me, Pitch Points, Better Games. It's a partnership channel. Obviously, one day we'll stream for more 3 channels at the same time. You never know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so we got our Cancelo there.
Cancelo.
Yes,
Cancelo,
sir.
right?
In the middle, we only have one choice. So come on, we already know what it is.
Oh, Phillips. No,
I don't think
too early?
Phillips is going to start. I think Phillips will come in. We have 5 subs. I think Phillips will come in
that's
at some point.
I hope I wanted him to be the one in that community shield. Like I just want, like I know what Phillips can do against Liverpool. You know why? Because Phillips, yes, Rodri is great, but Phillips is the guy who would disrupt. Because those Liverpool guys rely on muscle running after you. Phillips would wreck them. Because if you watch Phillips, Phillips is crazy. I was watching his video the other day, Carl, and you were right. The guy is so physical, and he's looking for a fight. He's always looking for a fight. But Rodri is the man. Rodri deserves the captain's armband, I think so. The way he carries himself, for me, I just feel he's a future captain for a team.
What about right 8 or
KDB?
Yeah,
King Kev. That's right.
now? He has a question for you guys.
Yeah,
Bernardo,
that one. It's probably going to be Bernardo because we don't want him to leave. So it's gonna be Bernardo. Let's not be surprised. It's gonna be Bernardo because we're gonna be like, "Hey, Bernardo, we love you. Don't leave, please. You can leave after the season, but don't leave right now." So it's gonna be Bernardo.
Yeah.
But I get what you're saying, Carl. I'm also with Gundogan on this one because I was watching the West Ham game. We needed somebody like Gundogan to do those invisible runs in behind, and if somebody wants to counter us. Yes, the thing about Bernardo is speed, but I think Gundogan would also cook. But yeah, Gundogan, I would put Gundogan, but I think Bernardo would be the one, as Adi says, I think to say, please, we need you here.
Yeah,
No, but just based on what you just said, though, Bernardo's work rate, no one has it on our team. No one has Bernardo's work rate on the team.
I think I agree, but I think because if you're playing the low block versus if you're playing against a low block or mid block that West Ham plays, right? We need somebody who can pick the lock, not necessarily run around. Against Liverpool, Bernardo is 100% starting. He's the first place on the sheet. Against Chelsea, against United, it's Bernardo. But against guys who kind of sit back, I mean, shouldn't Gundogan be the one we play?
Oh, Frankie de Jong.
It's possible.
Oh, Frankie de Jong.
Frankie de Jong.
It's possible. It could be Gundo. It could be Gundo. We don't know. I mean, it's anyone's guess.
But I would love to see this man. Whew! I would love to see Frankie de Jong and Kevin De Bruyne in the same team. Oh my God!
He's the one though. Do you know what I'm thinking now? That if he doesn't go to United and next season, right, and Barcelona come back for Bernardo, I think take Frankie de Jong off their hands.
I agree with you.
Take him.
I think
or Gavi, take Gavi off their hands. Like take both of them, Gavi and Frankie de Jong. Say, guys, come here, pack your bags.
Possible.
So number
9. Who do we got? Number 9. This one
Aguero.
I don't know who we have at number 9. Number 9.
Wait, Scott Carson left back. Someone says Scott Carson left back.
Funny.
Put the drink down. Put the drink down.
So this is the hardest part to predict because I mean
the number 11 is not hard to predict. Haaland is there. That one is easy.
Let's put this out here.
So you can put Haaland. Yeah, and then we don't know who these other two are. I don't know. I honestly
Foden and Alvarez.
I want to say Foden and Alvarez. That's what I want.
That's what I want to see, man. But Pep, man, loyalty. That's the
He's
shit.
gonna pick Mahrez and he's gonna go with Grealish, his $100 million man. He's gonna go with his $100 million man
No,
and
I don't want to see
Mahrez.
that. I don't want to
I
see that.
don't want to see Mahrez and Grealish. I know
Let's
we paid a lot of
He's
money.
running
for
it
Grealish.
back, guys. He's running it back.
I know
let's
he
pick what
is.
we want.
I
Let's
already
pick
know
what we think what we want. I know we know he may change his mind, but I think the best combination for me will be Julian
Foden.
and Foden. It has to be.
It
This
won't
is
be.
this is dynamism. This is
Pep is a loyal man. And you go see Mahrez trotting out on the field, and you go see Grealish with his hair bouncing, looking
uh,
all
Do you,
GQ ish.
do you think Grealish should start becoming an impact player maybe sometimes, like
I think
getting
he
him
should
in
be. I think
as
he
an
should.
impact player? Maybe he'll be more hungry.
Remember the Real Madrid game? He came in as an impact player away at
Yes,
Man, I'm telling
that's
you,
the Grealish I want to see.
this front would cook. Vete, this front will cook.
Yeah,
This front will cook. When they came in, my God.
this is the 11 that we would all love to watch
Yeah,
start
yeah.
the match and go out and compete and be all over the
Yep.
pitch. I agree with
Yep.
you. And if it were to start this way, with maybe 65th minute sub for Alvarez maybe or Foden, I wouldn't be mad at that, because again, we've all talked about it. Pep's expressed it's important to keep the squad happy. So Mahrez and Grealish are going to have to get some pitch time. So whoever starts, I wouldn't be mad at seeing a 65th minute sub, regardless of what the score is. I
Yeah.
think because again, three preseason matches, right? Like we need guys to get a rhythm in terms of just playing, and let's see what they like doing or what they are inefficient at doing. Like, but this 11 would cook. I love it.
Yeah.
Charlie
wait.
says here we can't play how we started in 2-2 game, which is last season. It basically, I agree with you, Charlie. I think we all agree. I think what we saw from these three up front against Liverpool, they cooked, man. And if that there was no penalty and Erling takes that goal, it's a 2-2. It's 2-2, and then
Yeah.
all of a sudden the game kind of changes. So
One thing I want to comment, and I know I missed this point to bring up earlier when we were talking about the Liverpool and Fulham game, but I do have to give credit to Klopp with what he's doing with Núñez, because he's simplified what he's asking Núñez to do. Salah, Diaz, Firmino, they are bad defense. They're running around. They're making them think. They're allowing them to kind of get themselves tired. And he's subbing Núñez on as a battering ram, just go and attack. You have a nose for goal. Just go. And I think that simplicity is allowing him to be efficient, because he doesn't have to think much, and he's going up against kind of like a tired defense that spent most of the game already chasing around some bodies, and now he's got fresh legs out there. That's a good approach, and it's giving him confidence. You can see it.
Yeah,
the other
you're
thing too,
right.
I think is that I think Alvarez is fitter right now than probably Grealish, Mahrez, and even Erling Haaland, because he's been playing
by far.
with River.
And
So
Mahrez
I
had
think-
that surgery to remove a malign tumor or something, right?
Oh, okay.
Really? And he's
I didn't know
Yeah,
that's what that was. I thought he was injured or something. I didn't know that's what that
he
was.
had something removed from there. So when you saw that bandage,
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense now. But yeah, I agree. Alvarez is hungry. You know, these South American players, man. You know, they come in, they are hungry. They move, and his movement was good. This is the lineup I would like to see, but I'm pretty sure there's a good chance is definitely Mahrez. I don't know. He might pick Foden, but I definitely think Mahrez is playing on that right, and Julian will come in a bit later for him. Yeah. This is a good lineup.
So let's say this is what we want to see, right? Then let's talk about
Yeah.
the 5 subs, right? Who do we want to see change in? And we can put a slash next to each name. So everyone out there, our 11 is going to be Edison, Diaz Stones, Walker, Cancelo, Rodri, Kevin, Bernardo, Foden, Erling, and Julian Alvarez on the right. Who are the 5 subs you think you should bring in, given where we are? Let's start with the back. Anyone from the back you want to see sub in?
Phillips.
Phillips
I
from
want
who?
to see Rodri, of course. Phillips.
Okay.
Rodri.
Let's do Calvin. I'm doing small letters, so we know that's a sub. So, guys, these are just substitutions that we think we would like to see given the 5. So we have 4 more. So Rodri and Calvin, okay?
You take one, Vader.
You know what? I wouldn't mind seeing Esperan get on the pitch.
You took my other one. Damn it.
What's Josh, right? That's the Josh. We got 3 more, guys. Go ahead.
I don't know who else I want now. Just because I like to see Kevin rest up some. I don't, don't overuse him. Gondo come in for him. We know Bernardo can play 97 minutes, so I think Gondo come in for KDB.
And we got 2 more.
Yeah, that's a good call. And oh man, you know what? Even we all talked about it earlier. In terms of impact, just go being simple attack. Let's Grealish on that left.
Yeah.
And then one more.
I need guys. I know he's right-footed, but I need Grealish to attack the back line.
Yeah.
Like for some, just keep that defender guessing. Take him deep sometimes.
I agree with you. I mean, did you find yourselves, Adi and Vader, many times watching the game, watching Mars and saying, for fuck's sake, attack the back line. Go on the outside.
Yeah.
All the time. All the time.
They're always cutting back in. They're always cutting back in, and I don't know. Jack is still in. He's coming out. I think he came out of his shell that Real Madrid game when he came in as a sub, and it's like, man, I got to do something. And then he was like, man, let me play like I played at Aston Villa, and he played great. And then the next game he was like, I don't got to do that anymore. That was too much work. Let me go back to just whipping the ball in, holding the ball, getting fouled. I really wish he would go back to the Real Madrid last 15 minutes of that game and do that some more.
Yeah. So we have one more.
Since we picked Alvarez, I'm guessing Mahrez.
So what do you think is to happen if he goes here, Mahrez comes in, he goes out?
Yeah. If Erling doesn't
you
play
actually
the
sub
full,
Holland.
Maybe he doesn't play the full 90 minutes. Maybe he subs out, and yeah. I see that happen. Alvarez coming in the middle, and then Mahrez coming in on the right. Yeah, I can see that.
So
hey, we could have even done the same thing with moving Foden to the midfield and taking out Bernardo.
Yeah.
But that's too much. Now we're messing around a little too much. But let's
do this.
The options are nice. Are nice.
For simplicity, let's just do this. Let's see what happens here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what are the threats tomorrow from West Ham? We haven't talked about that. What are the threats?
So everyone, before we go there, everyone, we're going to post this on Twitter. This is kind of our lineup, and also what we think the 5 subs are going to be, and as you see it online. And go into Adi's question about the threats. Adi, go ahead.
Yeah, like what are the threats we expecting from West Ham? Because they did give us a little bit of a hard time last time we played them. I didn't like that at all. So what are we expecting from this team tomorrow?
Well, I mean, what West Ham do very well is that they play with a 4-2-3-1 normally, but against us they play this mid block. So they're not a low block team, but they kind of step up like 20 yards up the field. They play this mid block, and the idea behind that mid block is that when you can win the ball from a turnover, you can transition very quickly to go and score against City. Jared Bowen, for example, Antonio, for example, they are good at running the ball to go score a goal in our defensive third. But that mid block is what they like to do. Palace did it to us, and also West Ham are going to do it to us. The solution to do that is to keep the ball and penetrate them behind. Just get behind them. So you need that width of Foden and Julian to always going behind, and that threat from Haaland going to the middle. That is what I think they're going to do tomorrow. They're not going to play possession football against us. They don't have the ability to do that against us, but they will try to.
It's going to be that counter attack, and Bowen really did a number on us, man. I wasn't.
He was aggressive last time we played. Yeah, he was very.
But remember, it was Fernandinho playing that game. Wasn't it Fernandinho playing that game that we got killed from Bowen?
Oh yeah.
I think it's going to be a good showing. Declan Rice is going to be a man that's going to want to try and take control on his side of the pitch.
Yeah, he's going to be sitting deep though.
Yeah, hopefully we can rattle him a little bit and not have him have time on the ball.
If we can push them back into their half where they're playing deep, and we know their one threat on the break is for speed wise is going to be Bowen, because Bowen is quick, man. That guy.
Yeah, Antonio too.
Antonio is quick, but he's more physical than he is quick. Like he relies on his strength. Like if it's 1-on-1 with you, he's gonna move you out the way. You know what I mean? But Bowen is who I see as that, threat on the counterattack. So if we can neutral, I think we're gonna have a lot of possession tomorrow, and it might be a little harder for Haaland to work where it's too packed, but any moment of brilliance where we can whip across, because now we can whip the ball in high. We don't have to go low anymore. We can whip it in high, and he can use his head. So
the funny thing, Ade, is that actually this point that you make about Haaland, because Haaland is now there, right? This mid block that they play becomes a dangerous game. Because what happens is if you have playing a mid block and Haaland is that number 9 position, you can get the ball behind him. Haaland is taking off. You're not
he's
stopping.
Strong, and he's strong. You remember, it ain't just Antonio that's strong. Haaland is. You didn't see how he kind of took Robertson and picked him up with his pinky finger and moved him to the side. Like he just picked him up like this and was like, "Oh, you move out my way. You're in my way." Yeah, he's strong. So
what may happen because of Haaland is that they may actually drop back another 10 yards because of Haaland being there. Which it's going to be interesting to see how it all shakes out. We have a new guest. Certified, how are you, man? Welcome.
Man, thanks, bro. Can you hear me?
I hear you loud and clear.
Yeah. Sorry I was late, man. Sorry, man. I had to go for an emergency there, but I'm all good, man. I'm all good now. But yeah, what we're saying, guys.
Yeah, we did the lineup for tomorrow. I don't know if you can see it on the screen. We have the front three of Foden, Erling Haaland, and Julian Alvarez. Front three. We think that's the best front three. I mean,
yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, I agree with the front three. Let's see the. Yeah, to be honest, I just agree with the whole team. I'll be surprised if it's anything else other than that. I don't want to see Ake and Diaz. You know, I love Ake, but I just think that John Stones, I think he needs to return into the squad now because, I think Stones is probably, when it comes to complementing the defenders, he's the most important guy that needs to be there. I think it doesn't matter who you play him with, just that he needs to be there, whether it's Laporte, Stones, Diaz Stones, Ake Stones, Stones needs to be there.
Absolutely. Certified. I was going to ask you a question. It just escaped my mind again. Oh goodness me! I was going to ask you a question. It just left my mind.
As you think about it, Carl, let me say this: what as you were talking about like mid block to now low block, what I would love to see is Haaland all over the middle of the pitch, and if he can show to just have a presence and the balls come in and he's laying them back off for the midfield to now pummel some shots on net, I would. Or a couple of the 1-2s just for space. I'm going to be a happy guy because it's now a dynamic where before everything was kind of like broad outside, maybe try to overload quick transition changes to the other side of the pitch. But if we're able to actually attack through the middle now, the change in dynamics is going to be great.
So, Vader, what you're referring to is that let's play like we used to with the front 5, essentially. Let these 5 all kind of rotate, but we know that this guy here is looking for that signal for that ball into the box to score a goal. Basically playing that number 9 role, but a little deeper to connect with everybody else, as opposed to just being here by yourself and everybody kind of being behind here, and then you're alone with 2 defenders marking you, and you can't get the ball. I kind of like that. And I think if you think about the goal that Alvarez scores, right? What he actually did, the ball. So Alvarez gets the ball back all the way back here. And then he runs forward. I think he gives it to someone on the right. That person gives it to Haaland, right? And then he now gives it to Foden. Foden takes a shot, and he's in the box to score a goal. That's how that goal occurred. So we'll see.
Yeah.
These 3 for me, it's dynamic. The question for Certified, if I remember now, was Certified. Given the result today that Liverpool dropped points at Fulham, not at City, how much of a boost will it give the City players tomorrow to kind of win this game away and get 2 points over Liverpool?
I think that either way, I think we'll be motivated for the game tomorrow. It's the first game. I think that even if Liverpool won, I think it would have been the same. I don't want to say that. I would be really surprised if the lads go into tomorrow thinking that the title's over, after one game. I do think that there will be that sense of calmness that they know that last season we were in a similar position, lose first game, but we all know what we did.
Yeah.
We came back strong. So I think there is going to be that sense of calm, but I think they'll just have that sense of they'll feel a little bit more free. Maybe they'll be able to play their football a little bit better, knowing that they could go ahead by 2 points, and it might help them. But if Liverpool can drop points early on, let's say when we play them, I think we play them in October. If it can stay similar, we beat them in October, go 5 points ahead, and we can start seeing a gap like that. That's when I'll be really impressed, and I'll be really happy if we can maintain it. But I just hope that we just take tomorrow serious, because we nearly got battered the last time when we played West Ham, man. That first half was that was scary. Fernandinho and so at the back, that was a scary first half.
I think that was the game certified that we all agreed that Fernandinho time is up, brother.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just a few comments here. Centurion says Grealish should be allowed to take players on. I think Pep should release him from the shackles. I agree, Centurion. Somebody else says, Centurion also says, did you watch the Haaland interview with Shara? He said he is ready to confront teammates when they don't make the right passes. No, I haven't seen the interview. I'll probably go watch it to see that. Yeah. But somebody else made okay, there was one that I missed. Oh, he said Daniel says they signed Sakamanka. He said West Ham has signed Sakamanka. I don't know who that is.
Yeah, so it's a new striker they just signed. He's 6'5". Apparently, apparently he's a pretty good striker from Italy. So we'll see Scamacca. Wow. Yeah, Gianluca Scamacca. So we'll see what happens. It's going to be interesting to see how this kind of wraps up. But hey, guys, we've done an hour. We've talked through the lineup. We've talked about the games this weekend, Friday. Today again, we've talked about Cucurella saga. We've done some Pep press conference. We talked about who we believe the star of City is. We think we all get it's KDB. Certified the games today. I mean, overall, just wrapping up. How did you feel watching those games today? Did you laugh? Did you cry? Were you happy? Were you sad?
No, of course, man. Of course, I was happy. Whenever Liverpool drop points, it's always a great day. It's always a great day. Whenever Liverpool drop points, bro, you even you get a cold one from the fridge, bro, and you celebrate, bro. Even if it's just a bit. You never know. You never know how often. But to be fair, it wasn't even a loss, man. It was a draw. But hey, listen, I'm gonna take it like the loss today. And who else? No, I was impressed to see Newcastle again. Yep. No surprise, they continued to where they left off.
Yeah.
And Tottenham, I was impressed that Tottenham bounced back as quick as they did. They showed a little bit of bottle this season. Yep. And I think Tottenham, especially that Kulusevski, is going to be dangerous. That front three of Tottenham, Son, Kames, Kulusevski, definitely dangerous. But Chelsea, I've seen some very warning signs. If I was a Chelsea fan, I'd be worried. That match, I even nearly fell asleep that game. I was really trying to not fall asleep. But yeah, Chelsea, there's some problems, bro. There's some problems.
Yeah, big up.
I agree. Yeah. I agree.
And tomorrow, Patrick is going to have a lineup show, so look out for Patrick. Patrick, what time is that going to be? That's going to be 11 o'clock our time in the East Coast of the US, and that would be 4 o'clock, 4 o'clock your time, I believe. So we'll see. But last words from Ade and from Vader, guys.
I just expect a great game tomorrow. I want to see what this team does after the loss to Liverpool. I think we'll come out strong. I think it's going to be a great game. I'm looking forward to it.
Absolutely. Vader?
Yeah, man. It's great that we're now playing on Sunday because we got to watch football Friday and Saturday, see the pace, see the intensity. And again, every player should remember how last season started with a 1-0 loss. We don't want that. We don't want that. And as fans, we're excited for a great match. I love the fact that we've got so many new players out there to watch, and with the chance of youngsters being subbed on too. I'm gonna be ready. I'm gonna be ready to enjoy tomorrow. Excited.
Absolutely. I'm pumped for tomorrow. I'm just excited about the possibility of watching that front three of Haaland, Alvarez, and Phil Foden. Just magic from that front three. We'll see what happens. What Pep does. As Guardiola does what he does best. He knows how to manage the Premier League. He's a genius, and we hope that this season for us will be a good one, both not in the Premier League but also in the Champions League. Vader, and wrap us up. Any last comments, sir?
Hey, I would let me encourage everybody. make sure you tune in tomorrow's show. Patrick's going to be doing the lineup. Not only does the lineup get discussed, but then we all chime in with what we expect, even more. We're talking now, but we're all going to be thinking about it overnight, and we're going to have more to say tomorrow. You know what I mean? So tune in. Make sure you don't miss that show. And thanks for having me on, guys.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Certified. Thanks for coming, mate. Thank you very much.
Yeah, man, thanks for having us on, man. I know it was only for a short time, but I'll try and come definitely to just let us know, and we'll try and sort something out, even if it's tomorrow on Patrick's show, and we'll try and sort it.
Thanks to everyone out there for joining us. Big Morgan, Charlie, Daniel.
Thanks for all the comments. I know we couldn't get to a lot of the
So many
comments.
of
It
the
was
comments,
coming. A lot of them were coming.
All these guys out there, Martin, everybody out there. Don't Smoke, he's a fantastic guy. Don't Smoke. Jesse, who's a United fan, but he's a very smart, very guy. Jay Lings, is that the Lings from Nottingham Forest, or is that United one? But thanks, guys, for being out there, and join Patrick tomorrow for the show, the lineup show. Till then, stay safe,